lawmakers, which the House discussed and adopted at the Committee of the Whole House.
I recommend that the appointment of Justice Lekan Ogunmoye, acting Chief Judge of the State, be confirmed as the substantive Chief Judge of Ekiti State.
At the end of the extensive deliberation and vote by the lawmakers, the Speaker pronounced his confirmation as the Chief Judge designate.
Justice Lekan Ogunmoye is now a CJ designate. Thank you.
In an interview, Justice Ogunmoye promised to make use of information technology in the court proceedings.
There is no option to it. We have to move on to technology. Now, in Ekiti State today, virtual hearing of cases is a thing of reality.
Justice Ogunmoye was born at Ekiti in 1963 and graduated from the University of Ife. He was called to bar in 1987, after which he joined the Ondo State Civil Service. Ogunmoye was appointed the acting chief judge in November 2024 until his confirmation as the chief judge by the House of Assembly. Bukola Adebukola reporting.
As part of the 162nd Nigerian Army Day celebration, residents of Ekiti have benefited from a medical outreach offering eye checks, blood sugar and pressure tests, and dental diagnosis. The outreach aired at Yogoga's Palace was described by the General Officer Commanding 2 Division, Major General Obina Onubogu, as part of the Army's corporate social responsibility to promote healthy living. Represented by the Commander 2 Division Medical Hospital, Brigadier General Shibuzo Okusa, Major General Onubogu reaffirmed the Army's commitment to both security and citizens' well-being. He thanked the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, for providing logistics for the life-touching program. The Ogoga of Ikere, Oba Dejimi Adu-Alagbado, in his remarks, thanked the Army and its leadership, describing Lieutenant General Oluyede and Indigen of Ikere Ekiti as a blessing to the kingdom and Nigeria. He urged residents to prioritize their health through regular medical checks and said Yogoga in Council will facilitate more medical outreaches for the community. You're listening to the news and reports on the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State.
Admission has commenced in Venate University, Ekiti for the 2024-2025 academic session. Courses available in the College of Allied Health and Medical Sciences are BNSC Nursing Science, BSc Public Health, B Medical Laboratory Science, Doctor of Physiotherapy. College of Agricultural Science and Information Technology offers courses in BSc Microbiology, BSc Biochemistry, BSc Forensic Science, BSc Agricultural Economics, BSc Agribusiness, BSc Soil and Land Resources Management, BSc Computer Science, BSc Cybersecurity, BSc Software Engineering, and BSc Information Technology. Courses in the College of Art, Social and Management Sciences are BSc Economics, BSc Criminology and Security Studies, BSc Accounting, BSc Taxation, BSc Entrepreneurship Studies, BSc Public Administration, BSc Mass Communication and Media Technology, BSc Sociology, BSc Social Work, BSc Tourism and Hospitality Management, BA English and Linguistics, BA History and International Studies, BA Performing Art and Film Studies. Admission requirement: 5 O-level credits in relevant subjects, a minimum UTME score of 140. To apply, log on to admission.venatouniversity.edu.ng or come to a permanent site at Kilometer 2, Ayetoro Road, Ilore Ekiti. Management announcer.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. For news, information, or comments, please join our live stream on Facebook at Ekiti State Radio. Please endeavor to like and share our page and our content. Now to the rest of the news. The Ekiti State Agro Marshal has intensified efforts to rid local areas of criminal activities. The commander of the corps, Mr. Olamideoni, gave the information while parading members of a cannabis syndicate arrested in remote areas after months of surveillance. The report is presented from our studio.
The first suspect paraded at the Agro Marshal office in Ekiti was one Atiku Amodu, who was caught with over 351 kilograms of compressed cannabis at Urele Ekiti. The suspect, who claimed to be a police officer, said during interrogation that he got the cannabis from Ikole Ekiti to deliver them to his clients in the northern part of the country. The Agro Marshal commander, Mr. Oni, said that the suspect was arrested at Ekiti by his men who were on guard.
Last Friday, on 27th June, when my men sighted a strange car, a strange Lexus car at the border post there. Who is this person? They tried to challenge him. Then he decided to show them an officer's identity card, police identity card to be precise. They showed him, you know, an officer, why are you going up and down in this area? Where are you serving? He was unable to give them reasonable account of himself. At the same time, he attempted to escape from them, leaving his car. They grabbed him. After arresting him, they decided to seize the key of his car. After seizing the key of the car, they go into the car search. They search his car and they discover 351 kilograms of compressed lily, compressed in there, lily. Cannabis satisfies, they say it.
Another Indian syndicate paraded was arrested at Ekiti in Ijeru local government area. The suspect, Oyibo Sunday, who claimed to be a cocoa farmer at Ekiti, was alleged to be engaging in Indian hemp cultivation after many months of investigations conducted by the agro-marshal officers in the locality. Agro-marshal commander told journalists that Oyibo Sunday confessed that the cannabis plantation discovered beside his cocoa farm was owned by his son, claiming that the Indian hemp farm has been destroyed upon his arrest.
Monday, we were able to pin a particular person called Oyibo as the owner of the farm. And I ordered that they should go and bring him. And when he came here, after some interview, he agreed that he knows the person who planted the Indian. Who is the person? He said the person is my son. He said the person is my son. Okay, where is your son? Take us there. When we were about going there, he told us that the farm had been destroyed.
The commander, who stressed the determination of the state agro-marshal to stamp out criminalities in all farms in the state, said the suspects will be handed over to the police for further investigation and prosecution. Mr. Oni called on traditional rulers, community leaders, and other landowners to be conscious of who they give their farmlands to for agricultural purpose, noting that many were hiding under farming to engage in illegal acts in the state. The commander also charged all stakeholders to be security conscious and report promptly any security issues to the law enforcement agents to make the state safe for all.
The Ekiti state government has advocated a strategic approach to migration from an open dam site to sustainable waste management practices as it moves towards turning waste into wealth. The plan was revealed by the technical advisor to the governor on EGIS and land management and southern coordinator of UN Habitat Nigeria, Mr. Olasami Akintobi, at the Data Validation and Stakeholders Forum on Waste Wise Cities 2 survey held at the Conference Hall, Governor's Office in Ado-Ekiti. BSES Government House reporter Toba Babalola has the details.
The forum was at the instance of Governor Biodun Oyebanji's approach to the United Nations Habitat, which necessitated a data survey for Ado Metropolis as a case study on waste collection, dump sites, recovery facilities to engender development. The technical advisor, EGIS and land management, Mr. Akintobi, said the forum was part of government's move to validate the results phantom through a wise city survey on how municipal waste was being treated from the collection points to the disposal points. According to him, data were collected from about 90 households, recovery facilities and dump sites in the capital city, with statistics of collected and uncollected wastes identified and recommendations made.
30% of our waste does not get to the dump site. So where are they? If they are not where they are supposed to, They are somewhere, maybe in the drains, in the river. This is one of the problems. Another problem that is identified is that we have much of film plastic. Those plastic is a problem, because if you even go to the dump sites, you see heaps of them. And why is it like that? It's because there's no market.
Also, the technical advisor to the governor on green economy and ecological matters, Dr. Akinyemi Akinyugba, explained that Governor Oyebanji's data-centric approach was to reorganize the waste management sector for optimal service delivery. He explained that about 206 municipal tons of waste were being generated in Ekiti and suburbs, with half of kilogram of waste being generated per person in a day.
One of the strengths of that project was trying to reorganize the waste sector. If you understand the way the waste sector works, you understand that waste is just not a problem of going to people's houses and facilities and collecting rubbish. There's a lot of urban development issues that impact on waste collection. So if we are trying to solve urban development problems, you need to also think about the things that arise from urban development, one of which is waste management.
Mr. Akinyugba called on residents to support Governor Oyebanji's drive at ensuring a clean, safe and hygienic environment with attitudinal change in waste disposal to prevent flooding and epidemics. The Director General, State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Olasu Komi Onikpede, enumerated Governor Oyebanji's intervention in the waste management sector to ensure a safer environment and stressed that the database would attract investment donors, especially waste recyclers, to the states. Toba Babalola reporting.
And away from Ekiti State now, Justice Binta Nyako of a Federal High Court in Abuja fought the suspension of Kogi State Senator Natasha Akpoti-Aduaghan and nullified it. Justice Nyako subsequently ordered the Senate to recall the suspended senator on grounds that a suspension for 6 months violated the Constitution and also denied our constituents of adequate representation. The judge made the order while delivering judgment in the suit filed by Akpoti-Aduaghan challenging a 6-month suspension by the Senate. Justice Nyako stated that while the National Assembly has powers to discipline any members, such discipline should not be too excessive to the extent of depriving our people of representation. Justice Nyako explained that the 6-month suspension was excessive because it exceeded the 180 days the House is expected to sit. Meanwhile, the court found her guilty of contempt of court and subsequently fined her the sum of 5 million naira. On the foreign scene, the United States has issued a new wave of sanctions against Iranian oil exports, the first penalties against Iran's energy sector since a Washington-backed ceasefire between Israel and Iran came into effect last month. Among those targeted by the sanctions are Iraqi businessman Salim Said and his United Arab Emirates-based company, which the U.S. accused of smuggling Iranian oil by blending it with Iraqi oil. The viewpoint is entitled Teachers' Recruitment and Oyebanji's Passion for Education. It is written by a retired Vice Principal, Mr. Dali Maluko, and presented by Tosin Olowo.
On Monday, 12th June 2023, Governor Biodun Oyebanji began the process for the recruitment of 1,000 teachers to strengthen the education sector. Not only this, another set of 800 non-academic staff to be employed to play complementary roles to their academic counterparts. Since coming to board on October 16, 2022, Governor Oyebanji, who began his career by having a stint in the academic world as a teacher, had demonstrated his unquenchable love for education. He started exhibiting this by the pronouncement to retain and sustain the free education policy. This retention was to achieve universality in access to education by citizens from poor and rich backgrounds. Complementarily, the current government had also expanded the scope for them by initiating the construction of more model schools To accommodate the increase in school enrollment the free education policy will bring. It is a well-established fact that the functionality and efficiency of education sector depend largely on the qualities of drivers. Education can't grow in any environment where there is paucity of teachers in the system. Besides this, the competence of the teachers should be guaranteed because no student, no matter how naturally endowed and intellectually imbued, can surpass or perform beyond the qualities of the teachers. In actions and deeds, Governor Biodun Oyebanji perfectly understood the foregoing lodges. This he accounted for why he has constantly been recruiting teachers to fill the existing vacancies at both primary and secondary schools. In 2014, Governor Oyebanji spearheaded the recruitment for over 3,000 teachers into secondary and primary schools. Little wonder there has been an increase in the performances of Ekiti schools in external examinations. Not only did the governor ensure that schools don't suffer any shortfall in the number of staff, he also put machinery in the place to ensure that qualitative and competent ones are recruited. To achieve this, the applicants were subjected to rigorous competence tests so that the state can prioritize meritocracy over mediocrity. It is least expected that Governor Oyebanji, having recruited good numbers of teachers in 2023 and 2024, could move the possibility of bringing in more pupils in 2025. But as a patriotic leader, another 1,800 academic and non-academic staff are to be recruited to fortify the sector. This further confirmed that his mantra of education for all and the need to give Ekiti quality education are being gradually and steadily achieved. What really gladdens my heart was the fact that the governor had promised not to compromise the system. He said those only who satisfied and meet the set benchmark will be recruited. This statement further propelled our hope that Ekiti state education would bounce back, because placing premium on merit over favoritism will actualize the dream of having the right teachers that can shape and mold the future of our students for better.
That was the viewpoint titled Teachers Recruitment and Oyebanji's Passion for Education, written by a retired Vice Principal, Mr. Dali Maluko, and presented by Tosin Olowo. And to end the BSES news and reports, here again are the main points. We told you that political leaders and stakeholders in Ekiti All Progressive Congress APC have concluded plan for a mega endorsement for Governor Biodun Oyebanji and his deputy, Okinua Munisade Afuye, for the second term in office. It was in the bulletin that Ikoli local government teachers have endorsed Governor Biodun Oyebanji for a second term in office. He also added that Justice Binta Nyako of a federal high court in Abuja has faulted the suspension of Kogi State Senator Natasha Akpoti-Duan and nullified it. Lastly, on the BSES news and reports, you heard that the United States has issued a new wave of sanctions against Iranian oil exports. And just before we go, we have a message for you. Don't relent in your prayers for the sustenance of peace in the country. And that's the BSES news and reports as put together by the production team and edited by Shola Olorunlano. My name is Tokwe Jemilane. Thank you for listening. Have a blissful weekend. Bye.
Sports. All on the station. The station. Ekiti FM 91.5. Don't touch the dial.
On 91.5 FM.
What you're about to taste is so hot, it's got basket mouth singing.
Mini Ninja Pepe flavor. Yeah. Mini Ninja Pepe flavor. Chris. Heat.
Nothing brings the heat like the bold taste of Mini-Me Noodles Naija Pepper Flavor. Try it today and see for yourself. Mini-Me Noodles Naija Pepper Flavor. Slurp it like it's hot.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
No be party jollof this same.
Abeg, make nothing hungry you again today.
I am pregnant wife dey follow talk so.
Neighbor,
abeg neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, wetin be your secret?
Now Mr. Chef seasoning powder. Mr. Chef seasoning powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
Madam Cecilia Ajike Ogunbiyi ní Adéọ̀ṣun nílùú Ìlàwọ̀ Èkìtì lọ́jọ́ 4 oṣù kejì ọdún 2009 bọ́kọ ṣe ń sun làwọn máa ń sun bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo ẹbí àtọ́júlùmọ̀ ń kébò sí wípé.
a ò fẹ́ kó lọ àwa ò rò pé a ó kọrin ìdágbére níwòyí kẹ̀ a ò fẹ́ kó lọ.
ní Friday ọjọ́ 4 oṣù kejì ọdún 2025 tí a wà yìí ló pé ọdún 16 16 years tí abiyamọ ti ń gbélé ọkọ pẹ̀lú ọ̀yàyà Madam Cecilia Ajike Ogunbiyi jáde láyé lẹ́yìn ọdún 67 57 years tó kún fún kìkì àánú àti ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ títí láé làwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ Dámilọ́lá Adéọ̀ṣun Dúpẹ́ Fákọ́ládé Mojísọ́lá Fágbọ́lágún Barrister Dùsìn Ọmọkanyè Barrister Tóbi Ogunbiyi àti àbúrò rẹ̀ Yẹmi Ọmọní yóò máa ṣèrántí rẹ̀ o torí ìyẹn làwọn máa wò lẹ́yìn ẹyẹ àwòrẹ́ yẹrí má Madam Cecilia Ajike Ogunbiyi o súnré o ọmọ olúmọ̀gùn mọ̀gùn àjànàyà ọmọ asoro kátìporo gíjọ ó dàárọ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Albert Adéọ̀ṣun ló ń kéde pé oorun ayọ̀ lẹ́ọ̀sùn láyẹ̀ olùgbàlà.
West Ekiti Study Center, under the Directorate of Part-Time Programs, is inviting applications from suitably qualified candidates for admission into the part-time programs of the Bamidele Olumilua University of Education, Science and Technology, Ekiti, West. Interested candidates must have 5 credit passes in SSC, GC, NECO/NAPTEB in relevant subjects at not more than 2 sittings, credit or merit in 2 subjects at OND, NCE, IGMB or A-level, and 5 credit passes including English and Mathematics in SSC, GC, NECO and NAPTEB in relevant subjects at not more than 2 sittings for direct entry, or HND/degree certificate with complete O-level results as stated in one above. A top of conversion. Available courses include B.Ed Guidance and Counseling, Economics Education, Peace and Conflict Studies, Social Studies Education, Political Science Education, Criminology and Security Studies, English Education, Mathematics Education, Business Education, Accounting Option, Education and Management, Health Education. Others are BSc Economics, Criminology and Security Studies, Business Administration,